Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Celine Driver once again, coming to you with another unboxing of a watch that was loaned into my channel by my good buddy Ivan Innes. He of the Watch Me Unboxing YouTube channel, and also of Iconic Timepieces. They are the makers of the Halocline watch that I have reviewed at another time on this channel, and also the Kickstarter campaign that I supported. Ivan has been very, very kind to me with respect to feeding me watches to review. Content is always good, and he gave me an interesting one this time. This is a watch from a brand I've never heard of before, quite frankly, and I've never reviewed a watch quite like this before. This is a German watch from a company called Defakto, and you can see it's spelled right there. A very interesting way of spelling Defakto. Very nice box. I mean, very simple, minimalist cardboard box. Very heavy cardboard, but the word minimalist will be used quite often in this video. So, taking the cover off, there's not much to this packaging. I mean, just a very, very thick cardboard, as you can see, quite thick and heavy duty, and good quality, definitely. And inside is just, I mean, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here except for a watch. This is the Defakto Transit Standard, they call it. This is a Bauhaus, I don't know, style watch. As you can see, a very minimalist watch, a very simple three-hander, no numbers, no date window, no complications of any kind, just hours, minutes, and seconds, and a very simple logo underneath the 12 o'clock. Very simple looking movement, no incredible amounts of decoration or anything like that. Just, very simple looking watch. Not really much to say about it. I mean, it is. I've been wearing this for a couple of days now. It's a fantastic quality watch. It wears well. It's very comfortable. It's very minimalist, and it's, quite expensive. And I'll get to that in a minute. But very nice watch. I'll put it on real quick. I mean, if I'm struggling for verbiage on this review, well, I won't in a minute, but I mean, this is, it's a minimalist watch, so it's just going to be very, very much not much to say about it. Nice crown, very thin, would make a good business setting watch, maybe even a dressy, probably not a dress watch, but a dressier watch. It fits very well on my 7¼ inch wrists. The lugs hit very nicely, very short lugs. The strap is very comfortable. But this watch, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll do it now. This watch confuses me a bit. I looked up on their website how much the watch costs, and they have prices on there both with and without VAT, value-added tax. I'm not exactly sure if the United States if you bought one and it was shipped to the United States, if a value-added tax would be added. But let's just say it would be, worst case scenario, a value-added tax at current exchange rate, being a snapshot in time, of course, is roughly $1,100 US. I know from talking to a few people that Defakto makes a really good quality watch, and it's a Swiss movement and all that, and sapphire crystal and good quality stainless steel material for the case. But for $1,100, for me personally, it confuses me. I don't really understand where $1,100 is when I hold this in my hand. There's no precious metal. There's no exotic material. I mean, the band is straight calfskin. It's German calfskin, according to their website. There's no fancy spring bars. The movement is an ETA movement, which is a very common version. It's a 2824. I mean, these are to quote unquote off the shelf movements. I mean, the 2824 is nothing special. There's no special decoration here. There's no jeweling. There's no precious metal in the rotor. It's an $1,100 watch, and I'm struggling to figure out why it's an $1,100 watch. I'm not getting it. But be that as it may, maybe I'm not smart enough to get it. Maybe, I don't understand German Bauhaus style watches. But be that as it may, here's my sheet O facts here. As I said, this is the Defakto Transit Standard German Bauhaus design watch. It is, as I said, a simple three-hand watch. It's a 40 millimeter case of 316L stainless. It's just a smidge under 10 millimeters thick, 9.8 according to their website. It's 44 millimeter on the tip to tip, 20 millimeter lug. As I said, it's a German cowhide strap, and the website emphasized that it's a German cowhide strap. I'm not sure if that's something that's special or not, but they said German cowhide strap, so they seem to be very proud of that. Sapphire crystal, ETA 2824-2 movement, BGW9 Superluminova, and a 50 meter water resistance. So it's if you get thrown in the water at a pool party or it gets wet in a rainstorm, it should be fine. I wouldn't consider this a sport, snorkel, or dive watch in any way, shape, or form. It's a non-screw down crown, hand winds, hacks, all the standard stuff you expect to have an ETA 2824, and the ETA 2824 is a fantastic movement. But as I said, maybe I'm not smart enough to understand why a watch like this costs $1,100. I don't get it. But saying that, I mean, it is a very nice watch. It's very wearable. It looks great. It's very classic. It's very simple. I do have, other than the fact that I'm confused about why it costs what it costs, my only other issue with the watch is this strap. It's very soft. It's supple. Well, not soft, but it's comfortable. It's supple. It moves well. I know this watch has been touring around a little bit because Ivan's been sending it around to a few folks, so the band is well broken in, but and it's got a nice signed black metal buckle. Should have probably been stainless colored to match the watch case, but whatever. It feels cheap. It feels a bit plasticky. It doesn't feel like good leather. I mean, you know, I am partial myself to a company called Collareb out of Italy. Good, soft, beautiful smelling Italian leather. I mean, just fantastic leather strap. And I like those. So they've sort of spoiled me a bit for other leather straps. But this one doesn't feel leather. It feels less than leather. Doesn't feel like vinyl, but it doesn't feel like good leather. And it is good leather. I mean, it looks like a good quality strap. It's got a good thickness to it. It's comfortable. It just doesn't. It's not an $1,100 watch strap, is what I'm saying. And in the end, I mean, if you like this style watch, and I'm sure a lot of you do, it's a high quality watch with a high quality movement, and from a company with a good reputation. But for me, at $1,100, no, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I could spend $1,100 on watches much better than this. With this kind of packaging and this watch at $1,100 is, I'll recommend it for other people who want this kind of style watch, but for me, I wouldn't be purchasing it. So I'm going to wrap the video on that note. It's not something I would buy, but it is something I would recommend. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Clicking the like button does help my channel with respect to making it more searchable for with the YouTube algorithms. Questions, comments, suggestions down below. I read them all. I respond to them all. I will, however, delete negativity, nastiness, or otherwise trolling me, and I will block the poster. If you're new to my channel, or you've been here a while and you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, please do so. And click the bell icon next to the subscribe button so when I upload more material, you are alerted. I hope you've enjoyed this video, something a little different for watches that I normally review. And I hope you will return and see me in the next one.